Bank of England Governor Mark Carney has said more public investment in infrastructure and higher corporate spending is needed to boost the UK's struggling economy. Speaking to the House of Lords Economic Committee, Carney also said he expects interest rates to remain low for the foreseeable future as structural factors such as weak productivity weigh on the UK and other economies around the world. Read more. ECB Chief Christine Lagarde calls for higher spending and climate action. Carney said these ultra-low rates, the UK bank rate is currently at 0.75%, meant borrowing to spend was appropriate to boost the economy. The positive of a low interest rate environment is it does add fiscal capacity, he said, so debt servicing costs are expected to be low for a while. This is an environment in which the right infrastructure, the right corporate investment projects make sense and will be necessary in order to ultimately get us out of this situation, he said. Carney's intervention will cheer Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who today gave his official approval to the controversial high-speed 2 rail link and said he would appoint a minister to oversee the project. Johnson told Parliament, "You know this country is being held back by our inadequate infrastructure." Earlier today Christine Lagarde, Carney's counterpart at the European Central Bank, also called on governments to get spending to boost the Eurozone economy. Lagarde said, "Monetary policy cannot, and should not, be the only game in town." Carney's appearance in front of the Lords Committee was the last of his 8 years at the helm of the BOE. He will hand over to former Financial Conduct Authority chief and bank veteran Andrew Bailey on the 16th of March. Carney also addressed the UK's long-running productivity crisis, which has seen output per hour worked, a key driver of economic growth, effectively flatlined since 2008. He said that in recent years productivity had been held back by low investment due to Brexit uncertainty, raising the prospect that it could recover somewhat in the coming years. However, he said there are signs that productivity growth has settled at a significantly lower rate than its pre-crisis trend. Carney said, "If this is true, it's a good time to pass on the reins to my successor as the disinflationary pressures in this economy are even greater than we expected." His warning echoes comments by former BOE Deputy Governor Sir Charlie Bean, who told City AM this week that wage stagnation caused by weak productivity could undermine belief in capitalism. Read more. HS2, businesses react to Boris Johnson's green light for controversial rail project, offering the Lord some of his thoughts on the UK's productivity slowdown. Carney said poor infrastructure was one cause. He also said that the skills gaps in the country and the cluster effects of modern economies were important factor. For more on this story, visit the news article link.